What's up guys, Ralphie back with another video. Just gonna make a quick video on how to play Enforcers with Enforcer Emblem and without. Thanks for the support on the last video. I know I kind of forgot to cover some important things like how to cap out the board with the spat, experiment spat. Like if you have experiment spat and Warwick, you should always play 7 experiment. I had to edit that in the comments, but I really appreciate every comment and I read and responded to every comment I could, so thanks for that. That video did really well and I'm excited to put out more guides. So just to get into it, I'm gonna go over what you should play at level 8 with the spat, how to cap out the spat version, how to play it without the spat, and how to cap out with no spat. So I'll go over level 8 with the spat first, and when you're playing level 8 with the spat, you'll probably end up dropping either Maddie or Camille unless you find Caitlyn, which Maddie and Caitlyn will give sniper obviously. And I tend to play around Ambessa, Elise, and GP. Ambessa gives you quick striker, and if TF's holding some of your items, then it tends to be pretty good. Elise gets bruiser with stub, and if you're playing around GP, you get form swapper. And you can stabilize on GP2 a lot, even in the no spat version, because he can hold a lot of good Caitlyn items like IE and Last Whisper until you get there. Vi also tends to be the quickest way to stabilize if you build BT Sterix, Titans, like kind of the bruiser, like tanky bruiser build. That will stabilize you and help you go 9, because obviously this comp wants to go 9 and find Caitlyn and cap out with a lot of legendaries. So that's probably how I would play level 8. In the early and mid game, you really want to play around like high tempo. So I wouldn't play this if you don't have like Maddie 2 and Stub 2 in your opener and some sort of like augments that support playing the line, like law enforcement or something like that. So to cap out the board, I put some items here for Vi and Caitlyn because I feel like they're the most important units, and then I tend to hold my anti-heal on Twisted Fate, and my shred, if I don't have Last Whisper on Caitlyn, I tend to put even shred on like Loris or a supporting unit. You want to cap around Rumble just because Rumble's pretty broken right now if you can get him early enough and get a bunch of upgrades. And it gives Armor and Mar your whole board with Sentinel. Savika gives Pit Fighter to Vi, and obviously Caitlyn is essential in the cap because Caitlyn is just broken in the 8 Enforcer setup. If you can't find like a Rumble, I'd still play around like GP and Elise, or obviously if you find Victor, you play Victor immediately because yeah, full board CC is just gonna be pretty good. And if you end up getting to like Vi 2, K2, Rumble 2, Savika 2, I've seen it just win games, obviously. It's just so good. But the problem in this patch is Caitlyn and Vi are pretty contested by Twitch players. So you have to be careful with that. I'd heavily take like items, econ, anything that will help you win streak or help you get to 9. Those are going to be your best bets. I'll go over some augments and anomalies later, but this is how I play with spat. You're just playing around every single enforcer and then capping out with Rumble, Savika, and then either Victor and Elise can be good picks if you don't find all the legendaries you need on level 9. This is like a high tempo, like fast 9 kind of setup. But if you need to stabilize on 8, GP, Elise, and Bessa, they're all going to be good. And you can play them for a while. You don't have to full pivot your board to legendaries right away. So just something to keep note of. Alright, this is going to be without spat. I put blue buff on TF because I played a game once where I had the blue buff on TF and then moved it to Caitlyn, and it worked pretty well. So, because blue buff is like Caitlyn best right now, and yeah, there's not really that many good holders. I guess GP can hold it if you're like triple item GP, triple item Vi, like blue buff, IE, Last Whisper, and then like BT Sterix, Titans on Vi. Like, you can do that for sure. But yeah, this is no spat. The The only difference is you're playing like more shitters. You have to play the Camille and the Maddie, whereas with the Spat you can drop one of them and play like a better unit. You can tend to play both of these on your board when you have Spat, but with no Spat you have to play these 6. You 6 Enforcer always, and then GP is like almost always a mandatory, I think, unless you find Savika. And then you just want like Elise for full board HP or Ambessa for full board armor MR. And if your Twisted Fate's holding items, you get Quick Trigger as well. So that's pretty good. And to cap out, it's pretty similar. Like, I think you just cap around the same legendaries. So Savika Rumble, you drop out of Camille, and you play like a Ambessa or a Victor, or an Elise. So you're gonna play 6 Enforcer, Savika Rumble, +1. So if you play Ambessa, you wanna play Twisted Fate. If you play Elise, you wanna play Stub. Like, you just wanna play what fits. I kinda like paired them together just to show like you wanna play these two units together, because obviously they feel out of synergy. And yeah, that's pretty much the standard. This board is pretty easy to play in terms of like what units you put on your board. It's just more so the playstyle is just winning early, tempoing early, and getting to level 9. Because once you get to level 9 and hit your units, you're pretty much good. So to go over some augments that will help you do that, Enforcer Spat, obviously, the gold and prismatic are both going to be good. Prismatic Pipeline will give you items, either artifacts, full items, radiant items. I'm pretty sure radiant items can't be bad on Vi, just because like radiant items on melee carries like tend to be better. Prismatic Pipeline also gives you econ and the chance of getting Spat, which is obviously really good if you get the Spat. Law Enforcement for if you're playing no Spat, or if you just get a Spat from, like, say the portal gives you one, like loot sub gives you a Spat, then Law Enforcement tends to be pretty good. It's especially good if it gives you Maddie. I think it gives you Maddie and Stub, so if it makes any 2-star of those, it's pretty good. And then on 4-2, Martial Law is really good because you get a Kaelin and it's really easy to fit in Bessa. Other generic combat augments, like Climb the Ladder, because especially with Spat, you're playing 8 out of 9 units that are Enforcer, so Climb the Ladder is pretty good. And little buddies, you're playing 3 buddies between Stub, Camille, and Maddie. So those will be pretty good. And then I'd say generic econ as well. Epoch, Raining Gold. I feel like I said this in my other guide too, but Econogs are just like pretty good right now. And then for anomalies, I'll go over just Vi and Kaelin anomalies. Kaelin, obviously you're gonna need the Kaelin before 4-6 to anomaly it, but I'll just go over it in the occasion that you high roll a Kaelin. For defensive anomalies, you tend to want to put it on Vi, like Bulwark, Stone Skin, Giant Size, Unstoppable Force, and Diving In. They're all gonna be good. I wouldn't roll too much for an anomaly because there's a lot of takeable ones on Vi, as she's like a pretty flexible unit. And for Caitlyn, you just want like full damage offensive anomalies. I'd say notably Attack Expert, especially if you're playing like a DB on her, and Center of the Universe. And I'd assume Nothing Wasted can't be that bad, as you're just giving mana to your Kaelin and it's just gonna cast and kill everything, especially with 8 Enforcer. So I'd stick to those. Defensive anomalies on Vi, offensive anomalies on Kaelin, and just generically broken ones like the one that stuns the whole board. I forgot what it's called. It just stuns the whole board, like they leave the board and then they stun the whole board for like sometime. Like it's like a full board stun. That one, you can throw it on a supporting unit like Elise or Loris. That's gonna be pretty good. Fuck, I forgot the name, sorry. I'll edit it in the comments if I remember. Yeah. those are going to be pretty good, and those anomalies and augments are going to be pretty good. And yeah, these are the units. I gave, like, if you want to see the items again, these are items I recommend. Last Whisper is also good on Caitlyn. If you need anti-heal, like, and you can only make a Sunfire is acceptable on Loris. And if you get an early Rumble, it's going to give you anti-heal as well, just to get your utility. And if you want to see any of the boards again, I'll just like quickly flicker through them. But yeah. Hope this helps, and good luck on your climb. And let me know in the comments what kind of guide you want next. It can be a comp guide, it could be a, like, just general tips guide. Any sort of guide, just let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure to look at that and reply to you guys in the comments. Also, make sure to join my Discord if you want to talk about TFT with me and know when I make new videos and like stream live on Twitch. I'm currently around, I don't know where I'm at right now. I think I'm around 800 LP. So I've been climbing slowly but surely every day. Yeah, around 805 LP, 197 in NA. So pretty good, 3.5 average in my last 20. So yeah, thanks for all the support, guys, on the last video, and good luck on your climbs, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.